Alright guys, welcome back to some more Alliance War Season 55 action. We've got Magneto, Viv, and Morbius on Path 1, and then we're going to also have a Path 3 as well. But we're starting on Path 1 here. Viv against Zemo, nothing too crazy here. Again, even though Zemo, you don't want to put debuffs on, the passive heal block doesn't count towards his cleanse charges, so I can just bait special ones and put on the passive heal block with the medium ending combos. We're going to grab a big special 2 here, bait some more special ones, and then once we get to our special 1 when the opponent is below a bar of power, we can spam some unblockable special ones that don't give the opponent any power. So absolutely wrecked there. Now the next fight is a Wong on node 10 Masochism. It is a beefy Wong, and this one with Vigorous Assault and the regen, I did not play particularly well with Morbius. Could have played a lot better, especially with making sure that you keep knocking him down with heavies or specials to keep that slow on. That is the big issue here. Okay, there's a lot of regen, and with Morbius, I just got caught. That was the annoying part, just getting caught on dashbacks against this guy. Very frustrating. I guess Morbius is not someone I've played a ton with. Even when he was first released, I didn't really play him that much. I've enjoyed what he can do in this meta, as lots of champions keep getting banned and I don't have everybody ranked up on both accounts. So I was really happy here, especially on this node where you can't, they're unblockable so much and you need ways to get openings besides nice intercepts like that. But here again, we're just going to go ahead, and that's unfortunate there. I go for the heavy, but he triggers the unstoppable before my slow hits him from the knockdown. So that was very frustrating. Put me in a spot where I was very frustrated. And now again, I'm going to go ahead and counter with a heavy to reapply the slow. And I realize in order to get the big damage, I'm going to need to start building up to a special 2 and get that burst damage that you can get with Morbius when you have a bunch of bleeds on the opponent and you go ahead and drop the special 2. So at this point, I was still dropping that special 1, still going for counters here. Trying to get a heavy here off of the special 1 in order to, and there was an unfortunate mistake there. Luckily he did not punish me there. I'm able to get my glide in, or like my psionic glide, and go in there and get an opening, but I really need a special 2. That is what I desperately need at this point. I need a special 2 to get some decent burst damage, and get a bunch of bleeds on if I can first. There's another heavy but I don't get the slow, so that kind of sucks. But here with the special 2, we almost take him out. We have another special 2 ready to go, but I don't really have any bleeds on, and I get pushed to special 3. The special 3 almost takes him out, and then we still have to continue the fight afterwards, which is really frustrating. Took him down to 1%. Lovely. Didn't get the 0. So now I still have the regen to deal with from the Masochism. There, he triggers an unstoppable. Thank goodness that's the second time I didn't get punished for that on this fight. And again, go for the heavy, try to apply this, get the slow on. Now I can counter freely, get my striker into another special 1, and finally take him out. That was a very frustrating fight, difficult fight, but we got through it. Now we go to Path 1. Null is going to help us out a ton here. And again, the issue on this node here is going to be getting rid of the armor up so we don't take any damage from the special lock or the power lock. So we just continue with our heavies for the abyss charges, like the abyss debuffs that will help me remove the armor ups. And that's really all I'm doing here. A lot of parry heavies, just because I don't want to hit him accidentally when the armors are up. So we just keep going for heavies, removing the armor ups when we can. If we can get into corruption, even better. But yeah, we're going to go for the special 3. But Null, really, really good here, especially as a global champion, is going to come in clutch for a few fights. We've also got Cassie, which is going to be really good for some fights, and Magneto, I believe, again, because of metal champions that we are going to abuse with Magneto. So there we go. Melt him down. We've got a Chavez here. This one, the node is relevant because she has no armor ups, so we can just do regular Cassie things. She is a global defender, but I don't really need to worry about the slow because I can get, there are no buffs on me. If I don't have a buff on me, there are no buffs that can expire. If there are no buffs to expire, then there's no chance for the unstoppable. So Cassie is just a hard counter, or any buff immune champion works extremely well against sugar pill defenders. So here I'm just trying to shrink down during maybe the end of her special one. Unfortunately, she throws a heavy, but we have Withers. Withers are the one thing that remove charges, like dimensions from Chavez. So normally if she gets a heavy, she has one of her dimensions, and she throws another one, and then all of a sudden she's got the damage reflect. But if you have Withers, you can make those all go away very easily. So again, nice damage from the power stings every time the opponent throws a special. When they have power stings from Cassie, they refresh them for another one. So if you can catch them spamming specials, you are doing great with Cassie. Null here is going to take Super Skrull on this Thorns node with the bleeds. Now, as long as I have a bunch of debuffs on the opponent because of the decay tactic, I won't take any damage from the bleeds. We actually did a video a little time back against Viv with Null, and we had 99 bleeds on us and took 0 damage. So the only thing here is to worry about glancing a little bit when Super Skrull here has 4 armor up. So I start going for some parry heavies, and then we go into corruption. It removes all the armor ups, and then that makes it a little bit easier to absolutely melt the Super Skrull here. We can get all those armor breaks on. That's where his damage, it really ramps up, and that is going to be a factor later on where I take Null into a fight that he didn't really belong in, and that's just that happens. Here, I skipped the whole fight for Magneto against future Ant-Man. You know the deal here. I parry heavy to special 3, drop the special 3, he's gone. So we're not spending our time watching me parry heavy for a few minutes. Now we're going to go into section 2 of path 1. Same thing. It's going to be a Magneto Lady Deathstrike fight. I'm going to parry heavy to special 3. I'm up to special 3. I have to be a little bit careful because the unstoppables can still trigger, and you're going to see that there's an unstoppable that just triggered before I drop the special 3, and after I drop the special 3, even though it doesn't kill her right away, the bleeds when they expire, even though she's getting when she has a little bit of healing here, but the bleeds when they expire, they're going to take out the rest of Lady Deathstrike's health here. So just back up, boom, there she goes. The bleeds detonate and done. Another hard fight here. We got a buffet onslaught. We're going to take this one with Viv. We are boosted up big, and got to be careful here. I do go for the phase there, which can't always do because of you got to watch out for crush on this guy, but we're going to bait some special ones. I'm pretty comfortable baiting special ones. I do get clipped by parts of some of them, but the goal is to get to a special 2 early. Also keep the passive heal blocks on if we can, especially because of the buffet. We don't want our heal block to fall off, but right now we don't have one, but it's on cooldown, so that's fine. We bait a heavy, go for another medium, light medium, get the medium ending combo for the heal block. Now we've got a bar of power. Onslaught's below a bar of power. We are going to get 3 back-to-back-to-back special ones. Still a little bit of health left. I am dying from neuroshock, so I'm just going to bait a heavy and finish this guy off. Very clean fight. That's about as good as I can do with Viv there. Now, a little revenge. We got Viv against Black Panther's Civil War on the personal space regen node. I knew I could get the solo on this one. Very annoyed that I didn't get it last time. So we are just going to phase instead of parry, so we don't take any we don't get a stun reflected with him. We're just going to go ahead, keep those passive heal blocks on, again, to mitigate the regen. Don't worry how many regens he gets. As long as we have the passive heal block on, we are fine. So again, every time I do a combo, have to finish with a medium ender. Going to go ahead and bait that special 2. Again, quickly go get a medium ender on. Now we're throwing some unblockable special 1s. We got 1 off. We got 2. We got a 3rd. And now Black Panther's down to 30%. I missed my phase there, but that's fine. We go ahead and continue keeping on our passive heal blocks. That is the goal. Bait a special 1, get a passive heal block, throw a special 1, and now I probably should have built up to a special 2, but here I was just playing it safe. And if I had an opening for an unblockable special 1, or even not, just getting it in there, no problem, down to less than 10%. Going to block the end of that special 1 in case I get hit. I did have an invulnerability boost on, just on the off chance, and another special 1 ends it. So we do get the solo. Now, here's my biggest mistake of the war. We've got Sentinel here, and against this make a stand, one eye open Sentinel, and Null is just not the option here. Or if there's an option to do it, maybe I should have spammed more special 2s, because the special 1 was really not doing anything for me on this one, because he is like immune to armor breaks, and that's the big issue here. He gets all the way up to his analysis, and even though I'm able to hold block and get some heavies in, get the slow on, so I don't have to deal with the unstoppable, the damage from the special 1 was basically irrelevant, and either I should have gone with special 2s and 3s the entire time instead of special 1s. That's probably what I should have done. Really, in hindsight, I had Cassie on the team, I had Magneto on the team, both probably other better options. I end up finishing the fight off with Cassie, who does an amazing job. It would have been an easy solo. This one I end up essentially timing out. I died with like 5 seconds left, which really just makes it's probably almost better than timing out, because then I actually I don't have to waste even more potions, or I would have to waste more potions to heal up, as opposed to a 40% revive in the end. So, but again, dying sucks. Never want to die, especially in war. But sometimes mistakes happen, and it's a learning experience again. And we're just going to go ahead, and you're going to see eventually I'm just going to run out of time in these last 2 minutes. I did speed this fight up because it's one of those fights I want to forget about, okay? So I don't want to worry about this one too much. The only silver lining, I guess, in this fight is that using Cassie afterwards shows me how much more ridiculously powerful Cassie is in this meta for these type of fights, where you can't get the usual type of damage in, and the power stings are just nuts. So unfortunately, I start using the special 2s and 3s a little too late, and even though I get a decent a bit of damage there, we're only able to get less than 50% down in this fight, and that is extremely frustrating. I'm sure there are lots of better options, but I didn't have one of them for this. I think Gladiator is actually a really good option for this one, and I didn't have him, and it just wasn't suggested until too late. So that's unfortunate, but Cassie is going to absolutely shred this fight, and if I have it again and Cassie's available, then I will definitely put my hand up for this one. So at the beginning of the fight, you can do an initial parry and heavy, because the protection is still on. Once the protection is off, you do not want to do any damage while they are stunned. So here I'm going to go ahead and get like special 1s, put on the slow, put on the taunt, and I just want Sentinel spamming special 1s. That is all I'm going to do here. Put Sentinel to a bar of power and just let him keep throwing specials. There, the resist fear, that was pretty good of the opponent, I guess, with their masteries, but we're not going to let that stop us here. We're just going to bait some special 1s, Again, there's a nice little shrink down, force to a special one, and just let the power stings do the work. And in a short period of time, already taken off like a quarter of Sentinel's health. And you can see that every special is just taking off more and more damage, the more power stings we can keep on. There's still 10 on right now. Get a, like, just, that's it. That's what we're going to keep doing. Get another heavy, got 12 power stings on. Put it up to like 15 there, and one more special should do it, and goodbye Sentinel. So next time, Cassie all the way. Now we had a teammate again for this Hazard Shift, Incinerate, Shock. Mr. Sinister, someone put on the Odin pre-fight for the Shock immunity, and then I'm going to go in with Viv. Viv now only has still one of the two immunities. She's not immune to the node in general at all. Not immune to Shock, not immune to Incinerate. So at the beginning of here in the Incinerate phase, we are going to hit into the block. And then once we get into the Shock phase here, now I can go ahead and get my phases. I can get my passive heal blocks on with the medium enders, and we can bait some specials. Now we're back into the Incinerate phase again, just hitting into block. Don't want to take too much damage from the Incinerates. Wait for it to just... Now it's back into the Shock phase. And again, we're just going to go ahead and get our bait out a special one here. Go in and finish our combo with a medium ender for the heal block. But we're not going to throw our special 2 yet because it was going to be... I don't want too many hits in the Incinerate phase. So now the Incinerate phase is ending. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to phase medium ending combo into a special 2, so all of it sticks. And then we're going to go ahead and bait some specials again. And again, we're back in the Incinerate phase. But if we can wait this out, we have a bar of power. Mr. Sinister does not have a bar of power. Just wait for the Shock phase, and boom, we can start with our unblockable specials. We've got the heal block on. We get 3 unblockable special ones in a row. And now I just have to wait out one more Incinerate phase, and then I think we're going to try and finish him off altogether. So, again, patience here. Striker into a medium ending combo. Another special one bait. Get off a special one of our own. And that is just about it here with Mr. Sinister. So another clean fight, really nice Hazard Shift fight with Viv with an Odin pre-fight. And last but not least, we have a Conflictor and Combat Deja Vu Prowess Shocker we are going to take with Null. Some of the annoying parts of Shocker are when he can auto block you, and Null on his mediums and special 1 will not get auto blocked. So we can evade those altogether. Here we've got some, we get a nice little intercept there. We're baiting some special ones. I don't really want to bait a special 2 because of the potential, the prowess that he gets also gives him like passive impact charges that are going to give him hits into the block, are going to cause a lot of damage. So I'm just trying to bait a bunch of special ones. You can see the auto block failed, which is really, 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 really nice. Plus I can throw my special ones without worrying about that. Heavy attacks, no problem. Again, I practiced my spacing, so if he throws, if I want to bait out a heavy attack, then it's just like one dash back, and then you can heavy counter his heavy, no problem. With his, when he gets his charges where he's going to be unblockable dashing in, got to be careful. I did have my invulnerability boost. It does save me right there. I still think I would have survived, but that's fine. I get some counter. I'm close enough, I felt, on his special ones there that I could counter in a little bit. I only went with like 1 hit in because I was nervous there. But yeah, it worked out really, really, really well. The corruption, the armor breaks, everything worked really well on the Shocker fight, which was the complete opposite of the Sentinel fight. And yeah, so where Null works, he works unbelievably. So that is it for the war. 12 fights for you this time. I did get clapped there for a little bit, but we recover. But 12 fights for you. I hope you enjoyed it, mistakes and all, and hopefully you learned something. Learn from my mistakes, learn from my my successes, learn from my failures. I hope it all helps, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.